With this tutorial, I want to show you how to analyze a continuous y data with a continuous x, a factor. And for this, you will open the DMX Suite Analysis Y continuous, x continuous tool. And as you open it, you can see that it's filled or pre-filled with data provided for example. So first thing to do probably is to erase this data, and this is simply two columns of data, y data and x data. And what you try to do is to find graphically correlation between y and x, and also we try to understand if this is a strong correlation and regression with the R-square value. So first thing to do is to enter your project title in this cell. White cell, you enter data. Blue cells, you cannot erase them, they are protected. But if they contain some formula, you will see in the top bar of Excel all the formula, of course, but you cannot erase them. This is why we protected it. So, project title, improve my process. I measure whatever you want, a delay, a distance, a length. Let me unzoom it. The date is the 24th of May. I let my name, and let's say that I study a delay by distance of customer. Why not? Just for the example. So you see that my x now is distance of customer, and my y is the delay. Okay? So I have delay on the graph on the y-axis, and delay, and sorry, distance of customer. If I want to fix distance of customer, and now it's distance of customer for x, and here on the graph. So this tool will allow you to analyze, is there an impact of one factor x on your y with what we call a simple regression. And in fact, we will perform at once three simple regression. First one will be a simple linear regression, but we will perform also a simple quadratic regression. Quadratic meaning that we will try to find if there is a relationship with x square terms and x terms. And also we will perform a simple cubic regression with x cube, x square, and x factors and constant in the equation. And each time you will do this, as you can see, you will have an R-square value, which will indicate you if the correlation and regression is strong and good enough and valid, meaning can we use it to predict with an x setting the y target that we will obtain with the equation. So let's start by entering some data in these columns. I will complete what is entered. Yeah, 15.5. And you see that we have an equation, y equals a coefficient times x plus a constant, 13.379, and we have the famous R-square value, which determines how much of variation you can explain when you vary 100% of your x. How much of y variation can you explain with this equation? Here it's 20%, it's not a lot, so it's not a good regression, I will say. And this is a simple linear regression, meaning that we try to find with these points, with this y and x graph, a line that could go through all the points, which is not really the case. Same thing with a quadratic. You have the equation, and you have R square. You see it's a little bit better, 24.27%, but not greater than 50%, so we have a lot of noise. We have more noise, 75% of noise, and just 25% of explanation of the variation on X with, resulting in Y variation. For the simple cubic regression, the R square is 28.63%, which is better, but not above 50%. And as you can see, what we can do also is very interesting analysis of what is the X factor value to adjust if I want to target my Y at a certain value. In my case, I put 16 here, and you see that the answer is, by solving the equation, 11.17 for X. And we display graphically with this dotted line in blue your X value, giving you your Y value. Okay? Here we have simply two possible X for one Y value, but you have to notice that this X2 adjusted value is above the maximum X values that we enter in this table. So you have to check if it's realistic and pragmatic to set up the X value to this 20.59 value to reach 16, or if you have only one possibility of adjusting your X with 8.65 value to reach the target of 16 for Y. And same thing for cubic regression. Here it looks like we have only one valid solution, and we display only this valid solution for 16 in Y. Given this equation, you will have X1 adjusted to 6.67. This is how it works. So basically, if R square is greater than 50%, you start to have an interesting simple regression, linear, quadratic, or cubic. You will take the best regression with the best R square value and the most simple model. So if you have two R square values with the same value for cubic and quadratic, we will not take the cubic model, we will stay with the quadratic because it's simpler and it will have the same R square value, so we will have the regression which is better to utilize with quadratic than with cubic terms. This is how it works. Thank you.